Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you are watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand the story to take your decision. So friends, here you can see a daily chart of S&P 500 futures. So here, as you know that the gold is soaring higher as a number of uncertainties to the outlook persists, and as the dollar rises, United States had added a million COVID-19 cases in just a month, while countries spared of the worst of the pandemic earlier like Sweden and now showed surging death rates. And on the other hand, the Fed has acknowledged that corporate bond buying could slow if market conditions improve further, but the intensifying wave of virus in the US were likely to see that not happen anytime soon. And here you can see that despite all these concerns, the S&P 500 futures showed a good strength from the lows of 2174, what they tested on March 23rd. Here we can see a continuous upward move up to the levels of 3728, what the S&P 500 futures tested on June 9, 2020. So here I find there is a thick presence of sellers between the range of 3176 to 3220, and an upward move above the zone resulted in sharp sell-off on June 9 when the S&P 500 futures came down back up to the levels of 2941 on June 15. So since then we have seen a consolidation in S&P 500 futures, and once again the S&P 500 futures, after sustaining at the levels of 2982, started to move upward on June 29 and continued back up to these levels. Here you can see that since the last few trading sessions, the S&P 500 futures have been constantly facing stiff resistance at the levels of 3180, where I find that there is a thick presence of bears above this level, where I find that the movement during the upcoming week will going to be very decisive. Here I find that any sustainable move of S&P 500 futures during the upcoming weeks below the level of 3070 will result in a sharp downward move up to the levels of 2858, where I find the S&P 500 futures could witness a bounce back from the levels of 2858 back up to the levels of 2997 once again. So friends, here I would like to tell you that this is my expected trading zone from July 12th to August 12th. So here my stop loss level will be at the levels of 3410, and I would prefer to go short from the levels of 3232, where I find that the S&P 500 futures may remain under heavy selling pressure during this period, and where I find that the S&P 500 futures may test the levels of 2929 during the upcoming week. So friends, here I find that any sustainable move below the levels of 2848 will result in steep fall from these levels, when the S&P 500 futures could test the lows of 2406 during the upcoming weeks. So friends, be ready to see an action in S&P 500 futures. Now here I would like to show you that how the S&P 500 futures could behave during this period. So for this I would like to use some tools. So first of all, I would use 20 days moving average, where you can see that the S&P 500 futures have been taking good support at 20 days moving average during the previous few trading sessions. In case of any downward move, the S&P 500 futures have taken a good support at 20 days moving average. Now let's check the current position of 50 days moving average. So here you can see that the 50 days moving average is still below the 20 days moving average. Here I find that any downward move below the 20 days moving average will find immediate support at the 50 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of 3038, which will provide good support to S&P 500 futures in case of any downward move. So let us check the current position of 20 days exponential moving average. So here you can see that since the 20 days exponential moving average has created this crossover on March 27, we have seen a continuous rally in S&P 500 futures And once again, I find that the 20 days exponential moving average is trying to sustain above the 20 days moving average, which indicates the continuation of bullish sentiments in S&P 500 futures, which may result in one more upward move when the S&P 500 futures can test the levels of 3232 during the upcoming week. But if the S&P 500 futures are not able to sustain above the levels of 3232, we'll see a sharp sell-off from these levels when the S&P 500 futures could take a steep downward move up to the levels of 2992 during the upcoming week, and a sustainable move below these levels may result in more downward moves which may continue during the upcoming weeks. Now let us check the current position of 50 days exponential moving average. So here you can see that the 50 days exponential moving average is well above the 50 days moving average, which indicates a good strength in S&P 500 futures when the S&P 500 futures may try to move upward up to the levels of 3232. So here I find that the current position of all the moving averages indicating continuation of bullish attempts of S&P 500 futures during the upcoming week. But here I find that any upward move in S&P 500 futures will find stiff resistance at the levels of 3234 during the upcoming week, which will define the final directional move of S&P 500 futures. So now let us check the current position of 200 days moving average. So here you can see that the current position of 200 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of 3032, which may provide a strong support to S&P 500 futures in case of any downward move, from where we can expect a bounce back in S&P 500 futures, but a sustainable move below the 200 days moving average will result in a steep downward move in S&P 500 futures, which may continue up to the levels of 2626 during this period, because here I find that the whole focus of S&P 500 futures will remain about the upcoming result season, because here I find that the growing number of COVID-19 cases would definitely impact the corporate profit margins, which may result in sharp downward moves in S&P 500 futures when the S&P 500 futures may break the levels of 3032 during the upcoming week. So friends, be ready to see an action in S&P 500 futures. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.